They can buy our product many different ways. So we do steaks. You can buy individual steaks, but you can also buy a quarter bison if you want to do that. So we try and really give folks all kinds of options to get that meat into their freezers.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about, you mentioned the benefits of bison in terms of low fat, protein
Mhm.
content. How does it taste? I've never had bison that I know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fabulous. Obviously, I'm a little partial, but so instead of that fatty taste that beef has, it has a sweet finish to it, almost like a hazelnutty flavor.
Mm.
So it's good, clean red meat. It's still, got some juice to it, but it's got a sweet finish instead of like that fatty, like I guess I would say beef is kind of like that fatty, almost buttery taste.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome. So,
yeah.
so people buy it from your website, or can they buy it at local stores, farmers market? Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Yeah. So we've been playing around with a few different options here over the past few years. At first, we were just doing it at farmers markets, and we're actually at the Morgantown Farmers Market every Saturday. So you can definitely get meat from us there, or you can pre-order and we'll bring something specific to you. Especially if you want like a large order, or if you want to pick up your quarter bison there, we can definitely do that.
Yeah.
So we do have an online presence now. Ever since actually COVID last year, it kind of required us to have more of an online presence so that folks could pre-order and then we could drop meat at certain places. So we still do use the online store, and you can definitely see what we have in stock and what types of cuts that we have. But we still require you to either come up to the farm to grab that meat or meet us at a farmer's market to grab that meat, because I don't ship it. So
Yeah.
I'm a little bit too small of a operation to make that cost effective for us. So we don't ship, but you can come get it.
Yeah,
So
that's super cool.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I'm curious about your farm, never have been there. Talk a little bit about how many acres is it? What do you guys do up there? You have tours and that kind of thing, or?
Yeah, we do. We do all kinds of different events now. So we're really starting to get into like the agritourism piece
Yeah.
of the business. So, I mean, most people haven't seen a bison before. And so we recognize that and they're like, oh my gosh, can I bring the kids? Or like my husband would love to see that. So we try and bring folks up, and like, yeah, heck, come on up here. Come see these animals. They're really, really cool. We have 64 acres of rolling hills up there in Preston County. We're kind of at the top of our own mountain, actually. So the elevation where we are is just over 2,200 feet, which is super nice because we were talking about the winters earlier. It gets nice and cool, and there's usually a nice breeze blowing, except for 1 month out of the year, which is this month. Otherwise, it's really nice and cool. The grasses are plentiful, and the springs,
Mhm.
just flow all year round, which is really, really great. And the bison really appreciate that. So they don't really want to be hot. So they really love that cooler weather and the nice cool winters too. So, but we have folks come out here and watch these buffalo roaming in the
Yeah.
hills of West Virginia.
Wow.
So we just rotate them from grass pasture to grass pasture. And when we do events, we do like a full farm tour, and you can see the handling system that we do use for these animals too. We do have to do health checks on them, and we do that about twice a year.
Yeah.
Um, and bison are only semi-domesticated. So when it comes to putting our hands on them, it's a little rowdy.
Oh, I bet. So
Excuse
I have
me.
I have a question, because I don't
Yeah.
know if this is folklore or if this is truth, but I've heard that, in a storm, the bison, will actually face the storm and run into the storm. Is that true?
Yeah, that is true.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah. Head on.
that's awesome. I've
Yeah, it is.
always
It's
wondered about
awesome.
that, because I've heard that said, but I didn't know if it was true or not. That's super cool. So,
Yeah. Out
with
there in the winter, they're just all sitting there with it snowing right in their faces. Not a
uh,
problem.
I bet that's awesome. That would make a good
Yeah.
photograph. For more positive stories of people and businesses doing amazing things all across the Mountain State, be sure to subscribe to our channel. And also, we live stream every week on Facebook Live. Stay positive, West Virginia.